Today we're going to be talking about why what you say matters. But first, I just wanted to quick introduce myself. My name is Andrea Oram, and I am a music teacher. I'm a vocal specialist, so I help people with their voice. I help them to have vocal confidence, to feel like they have that ability to use their voice in any situation that they want to. And I also help people with vocal health things. So improving how their voice sounds, improving their ability to use their voice more time during the day, because let's face it, some of us use our voice a lot. Some of us talk all day at work, and if we aren't using it well, then we can sometimes harm it or just have issues with losing our voice and things like that, and nobody wants that. We want to protect that voice because it's the only one we have. So today, like I said, our topic is why what you say matters. And so I wanted to talk about this because I was talking with a student of mine about something that she said. She said, "Oh, well, I don't think I sound good." Because she had sung something for me. She sang through a song that we'd been working on, and I asked her at the end, how did that performance or that run through make you feel? How did you feel about that? And she said, "I don't know." And I said, "Okay, well, let's think of some things that we've been working on, and think about how we could improve some of those, or how they sound already. So we've been working on X, Y, and Z. How did X, Y, and Z feel like they went for you during that time we sang through it?" And she said, "Well, I don't really know because I can't give myself compliments," or something like that. "I can't give myself compliments. I don't necessarily like how I sound." And I said, "Okay, well, that's why you're here. That's why we're working on things, right? But if you aren't allowing yourself to give yourself any compliments, it's going to be really hard for you to be able to see the growth that you're making. Because let's face it, there's going to be times in life or times in this situation, and specifically vocally, where you start working on something and it's an up and down process to go through that growth. You're not going to see all of the results that you want immediately. And there are times when you might go have a little setback and then go forward again, right? But no matter where you're at in that process, what you say matters to your growth. What you tell other people, whether you believe it about them or not, matters. What you say to yourself really matters, because whatever you believe deep down is what you're going to live out. Whatever you truly believe is going to eventually spill out in your words, whether you truly want it to or not. So if you're listening to what other people say, because that's what I'm always doing in lessons, in coaching, I'm listening to what people say and what they don't say. I'm listening through body language to what they maybe allude to, but they don't fully describe, and what that means for their growth, what that means for the things that they're working on, whether that's the confidence piece of using their voice or the health piece or the different placement that we talk about, different styles of voice, different ways of using our voice, resonant spaces, all sorts of things. If that doesn't mean anything to you, that's okay, right? That's something that you can grow in if you want to. But I'm always listening for what people say verbally, what words they use about themselves, but also what they don't say about themselves, because what you say matters for your growth, both said and unsaid. And you're truly going to believe those things deep down in a way that no one can change for you. Yes, I can speak life into my students. So this particular student, we talked through some of the things that went well. We talked through some of the things that she's made progress in. We talked through things that mistakes she made, and ways that we can continue to work on those things. But I ultimately can't change her ability to receive compliments. I ultimately can't change what she thinks about how she sounds. That's something that only she can do. And So I encourage you, if you are struggling with some of that self-talk, that self-doubt, or saying one thing but truly believing deep down another thing, I encourage you to start speaking the things that you want to see in yourself out loud. It maybe is going to feel really weird at first. So, or speaking those things that you believe will happen before they happen. Because if you start speaking them out loud, your brain can see how to make the change to get there in a different way than if you didn't. So for example, when I was making some changes in how I was earning income, I wasn't seeing all these options for ways that I could actually do that. But once I started speaking it out loud in certain ways, that what I wanted to see happen, I started seeing different ways. And I think this is my creator showing me different things that I wasn't seeing from him before. But I was able to start seeing different things of how that could happen in ways that I wasn't seeing before, because I was so clouded by the fact that I was saying I can't, or it won't happen, or I don't understand how this can happen, all this questioning, this doubt. So I encourage you in that. I'd love to hear what kinds of things that you tell yourself as a affirmative, things that you do to speak life over yourself. Because what you say matters. And it matters because what you believe deep down is going to make a difference. So with that, I wanted to let you know, if you liked this and you were like, dang, this really hit me. This really hit me in a place that I needed to hear. I do a lot of these types of conversations and discussions in the Strength Train Your Voice group. The link is in the description of this video. And I would love to see you grow in that. I'd love to see you grow in your own confidence, grow in your own talk over your own voice, over your own abilities to grow in this area, because that voice is yours only, and nobody else has that voice that you do. And nobody can speak those things and share those things that you think in your voice in the way that you can. That's uniquely given to you by your creator. And I want to help you express that if that's something that you want to do. So with that, have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you on Monday.